Hello. Okay, so we're just going to start by finding where your feet are on the floor. So just bringing them to about hip width apart, and we're just going to start to relax and connect through the body. So if you feel comfortable, you can just gently close your eyes, and then you're just going to start to bring the awareness into your feet. You might notice the temperature of your feet, and then as we connect up through the body, just allow yourself to release any tension and allow any stresses just to melt away. So connecting up from the feet into those ankles and just let them go nice and soft. Connecting into the bottom of the legs, soften your knees, and then connecting up through the tops of the legs and into the hips now. And just allow those hips to soften, release any tension there. And then you're going to lengthen up all the way through the spine to the top of your head. But around that length, just have that lovely sense of softening. Relax those shoulders down and just feel a lovely wave of relaxation rolling from the shoulders, down through the tops of the arms, down through to the forearms, into those wrists and into the hands, and just releasing any tension out through the fingers and the thumbs. The hands are nice and soft, and then just softening into the face. Take a nice deep inhale, really filling those lungs. And then deep exhale and just let everything go. And if you had your eyes closed, just slowly coming back into the room. And then we'll just start off with a move that's very similar to a wise old owl. So we're going to hydrate into the neck joints and into those wrists and shoulders. So you're going to look over one shoulder. As you look over the shoulder, you're going to rotate the palms so they face forwards. And then as you bring the head back to centre, the palms rotate back to face you. And then looking over the opposite way. So looking over the shoulder, rotate the palms forwards. And then relax it back to centre. Nice, slow, steady breathing. So as we exhale, you're going to look over the shoulder. As you inhale, you're going to rotate back to centre. So just take it in your own time and with your own breath. It's a really lovely movement for the neck. Hydrate into those neck joints. And you can see why it's called or likened to a wise old owl. It's like an owl opening out its wings and looking over its shoulder, turning its head. And we'll just do a couple more of these each side. Just taking your time. And then last one each side. Nice, slow, steady breathing. Lovely, and bring it back to centre. We're going to roll the shoulders backwards. So really noticing the quality of those movements. So you bring those shoulders all the way up to your ears and all the way down. And you might hear a little bit of cracking, a little bit of creaking in those joints. But we just want to loosen them up, get them moving. And again, just taking your time with this. Lovely big shoulder rolls. And then just relax those shoulders back down. You go into a move called parting clouds. This is really nice for the wrists and the arms. Bring your hands out to the sides, palms are facing upwards. And you're going to slowly bring those little fingers in towards each other, then in towards your heart. Rotate those wrists, and then you're parting the clouds. Lovely, so repeating that movement. So palms are facing the ceiling, hands coming towards your chest, towards your heart. Rotate those wrists, and then part those clouds. And we're just going to repeat that movement. Lovely, slow, steady breathing. Just softening into the hands and into the face. And again, just taking your time with this. You rotate those wrists and then you're parting the clouds. last time. Rotate the wrists and part the clouds. And then just relaxing those hands down by your sides. We're going to move into upholding heaven. So you're going to gather up with those hands. As you come to about head height, you flip those hands over, link them so your palms are facing the sky and those hands are upholding heaven. Lovely big stretch through the body, and then gently releasing those hands down by your sides. And mind any lights that you might have around. Good, we're going to go again, so you're gathering up. And then you're going to flip those hands over, palms facing the ceiling, link the hands, and then release down by your sides. Good, gather up. Flip those hands, link them together, and release. Last one, gathering up. Two hands upholding heaven, and release. Lovely, so just warming up into the ankle joints now. Hopefully you can see my feet. So you're going to bring your weight onto the right leg. The knee is nice and soft. And then you're going to bring the left heel onto the floor in front of you. And then we're going to go toe to heel, toe to heel. Lovely. So tapping the toe on the floor and then the heel. And then we're just getting that nice mobility into the ankle joint. Excellent, and you might feel it a little bit on the supporting leg as well. So building up that strength into the supporting side, toe to heel. Good, and then you're going to leave your heel on the floor, making sure that the right leg is bent, and then you're going to gently just bend forward from the hips. Keep the chest lifted just to protect the lower back, and then what we're aiming for here is a really lovely stretch into the hamstring at the back of the leg. So we're just going to pause, hold it there, really breathe into that stretch, try to relax into it. And then slowly coming up from that stretch, and we're going to do the same on the opposite side, so the weight is onto the left foot, and then we're going to go heel to toe, just loosen off into the ankle joint. Good. Warming up into those feet, into those ankles. And then we're going to leave the heel on the floor. We're going to do the same thing, making sure the knee is nice and soft on the left side as you gently bend forwards. And my legs feel very tight down in the back of the hamstrings there. So keeping the chest lifted, just protect the lower back. And obviously if you need to hold on to something, have a nice sturdy chair next to you. Good, and then you're going to lengthen up. Ooh, it's a lovely stretch. Brilliant. Okay, so we're now going to move on to some knee rolls. So you're going to bring your feet together, and then you're going to gently bend your knees and place your hands on the top of the knees. And then we're just going to do a gentle knee roll. So just take this really nice and steady. Just see how those joints are feeling, but this movement just aims to hydrate and loosen up into the knees, and you also might feel it into the hips as well, potentially into those ankle joints. It's quite a nice one to warm up into those legs. Lovely, and then we're going to roll around the opposite direction. So just a lovely gentle knee bend. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm very clicky. Okay, we'll just do a few more around this way. Lovely, and then lengthening up, bringing those feet so they're about hip width apart again. And we're just going to move into collecting energy. So you're going to bring those arms round, gathering in, and then sinking down the centre. So you're connecting up from the feet, gathering in all of that energy, and then sinking those hands down the centre of the body. Connecting all the way through the body from those feet, out through to the arms, the hands and the fingers and thumbs. We're going to do one more of those. gathering up and round, and just slowly gently floating down the centre. And we're going to take a really nice deep inhale, circle those arms up overhead, moving into pray to Buddha. So you're going to bring those hands together into a prayer position and then slowly sinking down the centre. Lovely, nice deep inhale, we'll do that again. Just softening into the face and into the hands. One last time, deep inhale, circle the arms up overhead. And then move into that prayer position. We're going to move into a rise and fall. As you inhale, those hands are gently rising up. And as you exhale, they're slowly floating down the front of the body. Still relaxing into those shoulders. And feeling lovely and grounded into those feet. So the movement is coming up from the feet, through the legs, through the spine, out through to the shoulders, the arms, and out to the hands. Just keeping those hands nice and soft. Do one more of those. And then we're going to connect all three movements together. So we're going to start with collecting that energy. So move the hands round. Palms face the floor, sink them down. Take a nice deep inhale. We're going to pray to Buddha. Arms come all the way up over the head. And those hands are into that prayer position, sinking down the centre. Relax those hands down, moving into a rise and fall. So you float the hands down. Good, and again, so we're going to gather in that energy, so collect energy, bring the hands round and down. Take a lovely deep inhale, arms come all the way up overhead, prayer position, and sinking down. And then moving into that rise and fall. We're going to do that sequence one last time, gathering in. Arms overhead, hands into that prayer. Rise and fall. Lovely. Bring those feet together. We're going to move into a Qigong move, which is the element of metal. So you're going to step over to your left. As you step over to your left, you're going to gather up. Lovely. Then you're going to push away all of those burdens. And as you inhale, you're floating those hands back in towards you. Exhaling, step the foot back in and sink the hands down the centre. Go on to the opposite side, so you're going to step over to the right. Inhale all of that positive energy. Exhale any stresses, just pushing them away. Inhale, floating those hands back in. Exhaling and step back to centre. Good, let's go back over to the opposite side, stepping over to the left, gather up. Push away those burdens, any anxiety, any stress. And step it back to centre. Opposite side, stepping over to the right. Inhale, gather in. Exhale, push away. Inhale, float the hands back in. Exhale, step back to centre. One more time each side. And stepping it back to centre. A nice deep inhale, bring those arms up overhead. Bring your feet so about hip width apart. And then just slowly sink those hands down the centre of the body. Just feeling wonderfully connected, lovely and focused and energised. and also quite relaxed. And just bring those hands just to rest on the energy centre, on the dantian. Relax those shoulders down and soften into the face. And I'm just going to relax the hands down by our sides. I'm going to move into a horse stance. So you're going to bring your feet nice and wide. And then sinking down into a horse stance. Good. So we're going to really work into those legs now. As we inhale, we're going to bring those arms up and round. We're going to bring those hands into fists. And then we're going to bring those forearms together as you sink back down into that horse stance. Lovely. And then we're just going to pulse here. So you're going to really start to feel this into your legs and into your bottom. Good. Keep it going. Lovely. Good. We're going to inhale, bring those arms up and round. And then you're going to bring those forearms together, but you're going to stay up out of the squat. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move into drawing the bow. So you're going to take your right hand into an L shape with your finger and your thumb, and then you're going to have your left hand into a fist, and then we're going to sink down into that horse stance and we're drawing the bow. So it's like you've got a bow and arrow. And you're going to release, come back up to centre, and you're going to swap those hands over. Come out of the squat, and as you come down, drawing the bow, sinking back down is that horse stance. Good, and it's into an L shape. Lovely, release. Back up into that L shape, the opposite side, sink down into the horse stance. Lovely. And we're just going to slowly repeat this. Just go at your own pace. And you'll soon start to feel it into those legs. Let's do one more each side. And last time, opposite side. Good. Come back up, forearms together. And then we're going to sink back down into that horse stance. And you're going to try and stay here into a static squat. And then what we're going to do is you're going to lift one heel off the floor, put it back down, lift the opposite heel off the floor, put it back down. So just alternating sides, lifting those heels off the floor. Oh, and you're really going to start to feel this into the legs and into the bottom. Good, keep it going. Excellent. One more each side. Take a nice deep inhale, circle those arms up overhead. Good, bring those forearms back together, hands into fists. We're going to sink back down to that horse stance. And then this time, if you want a bit more of a challenge, you can lift both heels off the floor. Oh, it really hurts. But if you don't want to, you can just stick with alternating heel lifts. Good, let's just do two more of those. Last one. Oh, that's good. Take a nice deep inhale, walk those feet in so we're at hip width apart. And then slowly sink those hands down the centre. And just resting those hands onto your energy centre. Ooh, feel that in the legs. So we're just going to finish off with a little bit of balance. So relaxing the arms down by your side. You can take an inhale, bringing those arms up so at about shoulder height. You're going to bring your weight into your right leg, and then you're going to take your left foot out to the side but keep your toe on the floor. Okay, so we're into a kind of a star position. So trying to stay nice and strong through those core muscles. You're going to try and lift the left toe off the floor and balance. Nice. Whoop. And then bring it back down, good. And then going on to the opposite side. So inhale, those arms come up to about shoulder height. Bringing the right foot out to the side, and then see if you can lift the right foot off the floor. Keep nice and strong into those obliques. Try not to lean too much over to the side, so try and stay nice and central. Good. And then bring it back down. Relax the arms down, and we'll just do one more each side. Inhale, arms up to about shoulder height. Bring the opposite foot and toe onto the side, and then see if you can just bring that toe off the floor. Hover it there. You're going to feel this into the hips as well. Keep the knee nice and soft on the supporting leg. Good, and then bring it back down. And last time, the other side. Arms are up, toe on the floor, and lift that leg. Lovely and strong through the body. Floating back down, and relax the arms down. Take a really nice deep breath in, circle the arms up overhead, sink them down the centre. Nice deep breath out. And again, just bring those hands to rest on the energy centre, on your dantian. Just allow those shoulders to relax down, soften it into the face and into the hands. Just feeling lovely and focused and relaxed. See you later.